Hello there, it's welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, and we're gonna be talking a little bit about Crown, her kid, and why she's actually a new broken pilgrim, which you want to pull 100%, at least one copy. Of course, the more copies you get, the better. But if you can afford one, just focus on getting one. We'll talk about why in a second. But let's first check her burst animation, then we'll check her kit and explain a couple of things. We're gonna be live later. Come say hello, blah blah blah. The usual G's, the usual G's. So, versus skill, actually pretty good. Her shooting pose is amazing. I've always liked it since day one. It got leaked. It was, I was like, okay, this actually looks pretty good. Her burst animation is like pretty cool. I can see a lot of people enjoying it. Personally, I am not get going MLB. When I MLB join it for me, it's just purely for fan service. That's my only reason. Bay is a good example, right? So I'll go for one copy only. And now let's talk about her key though, because that's where things get interesting. So let's actually open this on a new window so we can read it better. Hopefully you guys can read this. If not, I'm just gonna come here. This should be big enough for you on the screen to see it. If not, let me know for the next video. I'll make it bigger. So Defender, Burst 2, Machine Gun, Iron. The other B2 Defender we could compare to in order to just see the difference in numbers would be Diesel. A good example, if we go here, 300 bullets, 2.16 reload time, 538 attack as damage. So 557, she has a higher base damage. She has 250 for reload time, which is higher than Diesel, for example, and she has 300 ammo capacity. Pretty standard numbers when it comes to like a machine gun. The only important thing that she has that no one else has is that she can sense enemies that cannot be auto-targeted. We'll see how this works. A little bit weird, but looks good. So we'll see how this works, and we'll run some tests when she's out. Let's get into the skills themselves, starting with One for All. Skill 1 activates at the start of full burst, affecting all allies who previously casted their burst skills. Increase attack by 64% of the caster's attack. You're gonna be losing some of this 64%. It's gonna be lower in comparison to, let's say, Liter, but still it's gonna be pretty good because she is a defender. So even if you overload her, even if you get cores or dupes for her, her attack is gonna be lower than attackers. So in that regard, it's still pretty good. Don't be like, oh, this is useless because she's a defender. No, this is huge, but it's gonna be lower than an attacker. This is for 15 seconds and also increases reload speed by 44%, which is huge. And to the people, to the allies who did not burst, she's increasing defense instead and also reload speed. So the reload speed is for everyone in the team. And then if you use your burst skills, so let's say you go from Litter into now Crown into your B3, those three characters are getting attack and reload speed, and everyone else is getting defense and reload speed. It looks pretty good. It's a nice gimmick or a nice mechanic to have. I don't mind this at all. I think it's nice. It also plays a role on characters that sometimes you don't want to be bursting with or you want to be ignoring with. So for example, Rapunzel, if you have her in this team, which would make sense and you'll see why in a second, she will be benefiting from defense and surviving longer rather than an attack buff that she doesn't care, even though her heals will be better. But that said, let's get into the skill 2, Royal Attire. Activates after 43 normal attacks affecting herself. 43 normal attacks is going to be 19 point something seconds in order to reach full amount of stacks because it's 20 stacks, but this is not considering reload speed, this is not considering shit happens on a fight, so maybe she's covering. So it's going to be between 15 seconds all the way to almost 30, I think Ali told me, which is still really good multiple times per fight. This will increase her HP potency by 4% continuously, so you don't even have to worry about these stacks dying off. And when you reach full amount of stacks, which is 20, right? So again, from 15 to 30 seconds, all of the stacks are gone and you will be invulnerable for 5 seconds and taunt all enemies on the screen for 5 seconds as well. Really, really, really good. You will also be recovering 5% of the caster's final max HP as HP. So characters that increase max HP are going to be playing pretty good with Crown for this taunt and heal. Also, when recovery takes effect, affecting all allies, attack damage increased by 20% for 7 seconds. Now, this is the interesting part, because if this activates only when her own skills work, right, it's not that good. It's like, okay, 20% increase every 15 to 30 seconds when you reach full stacks. But if this also works with every type of recovery effect, so for example, you have Rapunzel on your team and she's constantly playing on auto, fully attacking and healing everyone on the team, right? Is she also activating this? Are you getting a constant 20% increased damage? Because that is huge. Not only that, but on her burst skill, you're getting another 36% attack damage. Attack damage is a lot stronger than an attack buff. Because how the damage format is calculated, you can check the damage formula on NIKKE. Shout out to the homies, right, as usual. But this is super good, and Wise is gonna be most likely gonna be using on your team too. And most likely what we're gonna be seeing is that Tia Naga are probably gonna be sticking on team 1, and then we're gonna be taking a team 2 with Crown, a team 3 with Bunnies, and now we have Rem for another team 4 if needed. We're getting more and more options for building team compositions, for raids, and for new players in general. So this is pretty good. Her burst skill not only increases attack damage, but also creates a shield equal to 10% of the caster's final max HP for 15 seconds. She's also a 20-second burst skill, so again, she's broken. If you can get one copy, I would recommend getting one copy 100%. The biggest thing that we're going to be seeing is actually Rapunzel on the same team, thanks to this skill right here. Activates when attacking with full charge, affects 3 allies with the lowest HP percentage. For those of you who don't know, NIKKE, how it works, when everyone, the buffs apply, of course, it's to the 3 allies with the lowest HP, but if everyone is max HP, it will just go from left to right. So Crown should always be getting that buff. Meaning you can have something like your B1 with cooldown reduction. Now you are going to be putting Crown, your 2 DPSs, and Rapunzel. So this is going to be a really strong team. And finally, we get a good B2 for pushing Drive Tower. For Wells, it's not a problem because they can push anyway, thanks to the higher CP in comparison to other players. But for new people, this is going to be huge. So if you can get one copy with tickets, get one copy. We're going to be, of course, spending money just to get her. When it comes to 1% banners, though, remember she's a Pilgrim, 1% instead of 2%, like for example, Bay. It's better to ticket. Most wells, even that usually come on the streams for the viewer pools, are ticketing. If wells are ticketing, you should follow what they're doing. If you can do like 2, 3, 4 multis and try to get her, good, right? You save 200 tickets. If you get unlucky, I will not try to go too deep into a Pilgrim banner. It's always going to be better to actually ticket her. When it comes to team compositions, we'll wait to see what we can build with her, but we're going to be needing a healer. We also need a CDR and then 2 DPSs. So she's looking amazing. I do recommend getting one copy if possible. Her burst animation is not my cup of tea, but I can see people liking it. And that said, that's going to be it for this one, a short one this time. Do let me know what you guys think about Crown, about the patch in general, and what are you expecting. All that said, see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, love you all bossos. Good luck with your pool dinner. See you on the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。